Hi guys, today we will talk about Cloud Key Management Service, which is also known as KMS in Google Cloud. So basically, it helps us to create and like manage encryption keys, so which we can use in our Google Cloud services or in our in our applications also. So when you generate like encryption keys, we have two options whether we can use software keys or hardware keys. So software is like it will be generated via the software, and hardware it is like HSM hardware, it is created inside a hardware. Even we can import our existing keys, like you have some keys in your on-prem, so you can import that keys into Cloud KMS. Or even if you are managing your keys via some external key management system, so we can even attach our GCP into with that external key management system. And also we can use customized encryption keys in many Google products like cloud storage, BigQuery, many supports like compute engine. So we'll see all that. Even we can use KMS to create or verify signatures or authentication code like message authentication code, match signature. We will see how these all things works in Cloud KMS. So first of all, there are two type of encryption which is provided by Google to us. Whether we can go with Google Cloud default encryption. So whenever you store any file in the Google Cloud, so it is by default encrypted by Google Cloud. You have to do nothing for this, and this is by default enable. We have to do no configuration at our part. And this default encryption uses this module like cryptography module FIPS 140 -2 level 1 compliant. So there are like three levels inside, three or four levels. So this one is level 1. And like if you don't have any specific requirement in the organization to use higher level protection, so we can go with default encryption only. So it will help us to meet our all that requirements of like encryption at the rest. In so this default encryption help in this. But if you want some encryption managed by you only, so you can choose customer managed encryption keys, and it has like four parts. First option we have software keys, so we can generate software keys in Cloud KMS and use them in all the Google Cloud location in which you want to use. We can whether if we want to like there are two types of basically key, symmetric and asymmetric. We will see in further what are these. So basically if we generate symmetric keys, we have an option of automatic rotation also. So once you create a key, you have an option to create like automatic rotate key once like in 10 days, 50 days as your organization requires. And it is also one level 1 validated software cryptography module. After that, we have second option, which is imported software key. So you can import your software key from somewhere else in the Google Cloud KMS. So like if you have some on keys at the on-prem, you can just import that keys. After that, we have hardware keys, which is also known as Cloud HSM. So we can generate hardware keys in a like cluster of it provides level 3 encryption like cryptography modules, and it is hardware security module. So these keys will be generated in a physical machine, which is located at the Google Cloud location only. So, but you need to make sure if you generate software keys, it is very cheap. But if you generate HSM keys, it is very costly also. So we have to be aware what we want to do. After that, we can use cloud external keys and Cloud EKM like external key manager. So if like there are multiple vendors which provide external key management. So if you want to connect both of that, so you can just use this option also. After that, we have the option like key purposes. Whenever you create a key, we have to choose a purpose. So like these are the purpose. Like if you want to use a symmetric encryption, symmetric means the same key will be used for decryption and encryption. After that, raw symmetric. Then we have asymmetric signing. So in asymmetric, we have different keys like public key and private key. So while signing, we can use both like public key and private key, and for encryption also we have public key and private key. After that, we have max signing. So we will see all these options how we can do. First of all, we start with symmetric encryption, and we will see how to symmetrically create a key and all to encrypt and decrypt. So this is a symmetric encryption. So like in this kind of encryption, we have the same key which we use for both the encryption and decryption process of all our data. So like if you have a plain text document, use the same key for the encryptions. Once you send someone that data, so that person also use the same key for the decryption purpose. So basically you can use in like cloud storage or anywhere you want to save some data. So you can use Cloud KMS to encrypt your data. and whenever you need that data, you just decrypt the data with the same key. So in that symmetric key encryption, like the sender and the recipient must both have the same secret key, and which they use for encrypt and decrypt the communication. So these are the cloud KMS resources which you want always know whenever you go create a cloud or use cloud KMS. So first of all, we has to create a keyring. So like in your home, you have a keyring also in which you have multiple keys. Same thing here. We first of all create a keyring. In that we organize our keys. Like there can be multiple keys for multiple things like symmetric key, asymmetric key, or for some different application services you have a different key. After that, we create a key, and key has a one or more versions. Like whenever you rotate a symmetric, it will create a new version, and in asymmetric you can create a different versions. After that, we are type, so we have to define a type, what type of key we want to use, like symmetric, asymmetric. So like this type, which what type we want to use. After that, purpose, so purpose can be here, these are the key purposes which can be used: encrypt, decrypt, raw, symmetric sign. After the primary version, so whenever you create a symmetric key, we have a primary version, and like if you rotate the key, the new version will become the primary version. We will see how it is. And but in the asymmetric key, we don't have any primary version. Whenever you want to encrypt or decrypt, you have to specify which version you want to use. After that, state, whenever you create a key, it can have multiple states like enable, disabled, schedule for destruction, and destroy an algorithm. So there can be multiple algorithm which you can use while creating a key, like multiple algorithm. You can say like which what kind of encryption you want. According to that, your key will be created. So we will see all these in upcoming demo. So let's start our demo now. All we will create a keyring. So I have already have a keyring, but I will create one more keyring for the testing purpose. So we can see how these all things work. So we have to provide a name also. So like we can give my demo ring. After that, you can have we have to select a location, like it is a region, like multi-region region, or in multi-region we have a global location also. But you can make sure like if you are using in a specific region, you can go with the region only. Like if you are, otherwise there can be high latency also if you are using somewhere else. So let's start with Asia South one. So but depends upon like if you need HA, you can go with multi-region also, and if you need lower latency, you can go with a single region also. So let's click on create. So once our region has been keyring has been created, we have to create a key. So like let's give a key name. So we can say my symmetric key, because in this we are going to use symmetric key only. So first of all, after giving the name, we have three options which we have discussed before also: software, HSM, and external. So software means it will the cryptographic operations are performed on a software, and here the cryptographic operations are performed on a hardware security module, which is kind of we can say as a physical machine, and this is external. So if we go HSM, we see this HSM generated. If we click on external, to external we have to now connect our external key manager. So we can connect via internet or via VPC. So like if you want to connect via internet, you first of all you have to create a connection between your EKM and your Google Cloud, or via VPC means you will, I think you we have to create a VPC pairing between our connection and that another connection. So EKM I cannot show because I don't have any external key manager. But if in your organization you have the two options. So if you go via internet, so we can say the kind of public traffic traveling over the public internet. But if you go via VPC, it is kind of private traffic between the two virtual private networks. So in this we will go with software only. We will click on continue. After that, we have two options. We can even import our key. If you have a key, you can just click on import, but we will see this option later on in our next part. So we will go with generated key because we want to generate the key. After that, this is the main purpose which we want to use. So purpose cannot be changed when we have decided. So these, as of now, we have five purpose: symmetric encrypt, decrypt, raw symmetric, asymmetric sign, asymmetric decrypt, max signing verification, which we have already seen in the PPT also. So as we can see, if we go with symmetric encrypt decrypt, we cannot change the algorithm. So if we change this option raw symmetric, we have multiple algorithm. So which algorithm you want to generate your keys, like even for symmetric sign also multiple algorithm we have, but for that asymmetric symmetric encrypt decrypt we cannot change. We have to go with Google symmetric key only, which is a level one, which we have discussed. After that, rotation. So this is very important if you want to rotate your key, like in every 90 days, like your policy maybe must be there in organization, or you will want never. You can go manual on rotation whenever you want. You just create a new version, or if you want custom, you can even go custom also. We can go with 30 days starting on from the today. And so after on 25, it will be 30 days. But that doesn't mean you cannot manually rotate. You can manually rotate anytime if like if you feel like your key has been compromised, you can just come here and just rotate that. After that, we have some additional settings. So duration of scheduled destruction. So like whenever you want to delete your key, you have to first schedule for destruction. So what will happen? It will stay in destruction state for some days. So as of now, default is 1, but as per the Google documents, it will be updated up to 30 days. So like if you want like before your key will be deleted, it will remain 10 days in that state. So like in something happen like is something not working, so you can just restore your key back and use that key, or just use that key to decrypt that all the data which has been encrypted and re-encrypt with the new key. So you have the option to like how you want to use. So you can just remain default also. So as of now 1, but soon it will be 30 days. After that, we have the label option. If you want to add, just add, or if you don't, you just leave it and just click on create. So I'm in my cloud shell, so I have a file here which is a test.txt. So this is a demo file. As we can see, if we do the cat, so this is the command which is used to encrypt our like encrypt our data. So first of all, we have to provide our key name. So like we have to go here and just provide that key name. Is this is our key name, symmetric key. We have to provide this here. After that, we have to provide our keyring, like keyring name. So my keyring is my demo ring. We have to provide that. After that, we have to provide the location. So location of our keyring. This after that, we have to provide that plain text file which we want to encrypt. So we can provide text.txt and a ciphertext file which we want file to store our encrypted data. So we can say encrypt.txt. So we will run this command to encrypt our data. So this is my command, just we run, I will authorize it. So this command has been ran. So if I do ls, I can see we have a file created cat. If I do cat encrypt.txt, we can see it is showing some encrypted data. Even we cannot read what it is. So we can see like how we can use this to encrypt our data. So like now let's do one more thing. And with the same thing, we can even decrypt also. So like if you want to decrypt, you can use this same command. Like we have to provide the key name, keyring name. After that, we have to provide the location. After that, ciphertext file, which is encrypted file. So this is my encrypted file, and the plain text file, and at what name we want to decrypt it. So let's say we want name it decrypt. So we'll just paste this command and let's see. So that is done. So if we do cat decrypt.txt, we can see we are able to say this. This is the demo file. So what we can do, like some, let's suppose you want to create a new version. So like now your organization says that all the new data will be like encrypted by a new key. So you have to come here, just click on rotate key, and it will see what it is saying. A new will be created, and that will become the primary version, and new data will be encrypted with the new version. Older versions can be used to decrypt data. So like this is our older version which will we can use to decrypt data, and data decrypted with the older key version will remain. So unless executely re-encrypted. So that data will remain until we re-encrypt that data. So we click on rotate. We can see our new version has been created. So now even if we try to again re-decrypt, it will decrypt. So let's run the command, just use decrypt 2 here. And if we do ls decrypt 2.txt, we can see we are able to decrypt. Even if you want, you can make this version make primary again. So you can click on this make version primary. So the our old version becomes the primary again. Even we can disable this version. Like now you suppose you don't want to use this version anymore, just click on disable. It will be disabled, but it will take some time. Whenever you disable this version, so it will take up to 3 hours until maybe your all that versions like all the decryption will work or encryption will work. Even we can destroy this also. So we have to provide this, and we will click on destroy schedule destruction. So we can say it will be destroyed on one day, maybe today 20 and 22, because we have that remain that value default while creating the key, so it is a default value. So now I have make it destroyed, so this version cannot be used to decrypt anything. So if I have something which is encrypted by this version, it cannot be decrypted, and all my data will be lost. So if I try to decrypt something from this version again, so same thing like this file, it will take some time. Let's try again. Let's wait for 2-3 minutes, and then we will again try to decrypt. And once we try to decrypt, it will give an error that that version in destruction state, so we cannot decrypt it. We can see now it is showing there. Current state is destroyed scheduled, type destroy scheduled, so we cannot decrypt this data. So our all data which has been encrypted with that specific key is now gone. So that is lost. So by chance, if you have your key will be destroyed, and if you didn't restore this key, also you cannot like decrypt your data. So now you can click on restore out on it. So our this version has been in this stable state. Now let's try to again decrypt this. Let's see whether it works or not. Now it is saying key is disabled. So even our key is disabled, we cannot decrypt. It must be in enabled state to do any function. So now it is in stable enabled state. Now recheck it. Now it is working fine. You can see command is running without an error. So this is that symmetric key which is very useful, but make sure what you are doing with the key. So like if you want any data which is encrypted by this key to be re-encrypted by another key, so first of all you have to decrypt all the data with the which has been encrypted by previous key. Then you have to re-encrypt that data with the new key. So but you can create like multiple keys in every 90 days. So what will happen if some key even compromised also, so that area like or data which has been compromised maybe less only. So you have multiple keys you keep on generating, so your data will be then like encrypted by different key every time. So if someone tried get your access to your key also, but it is not possible, but maybe some like wrong like IAM rules if you have given, so maybe someone able to decrypt, but he has no option to find what is the key name, like what is the key which is using being used here. Even we can enable this all disable this also primary version. So once you disable this, it will say not available to operate this on data with this key. Enable primary version or select a new primary version. As of now, we don't have any primary version, so this key cannot be used anymore. So we have to enable this, or you can make this primary version again. We have multiple options how you want to move ahead. Also, we can use cloud storage also with this. So let's go to cloud storage, and uh, we will try to create a new bucket. So we'll click on create bucket, and let's give any name and make it. Let's come on the last part directly. And if you go to data encryption, we have now option of customer managed encryption keys, which is managed by us only. We will click on that. After that, we have to select that key which we want to use. Oh, we have forgot to choose the location. So it is, our location is south one. Now let's check. So we have two keys, which is this is my previous key. This is my symmetric key which we have created. So now let's. So it asks you to grant the role, service account role. Just grant this role and create. Click on create. So our bucket that has been created. Let me upload a file and we will see something. Uploaded a file here, kms.txt. Now what we will do now, let's go back and just disable this version. So this is our primary version. So let's click on disable. It will take some time. Better to destroy this only so that we can check what we want try to do. So let's click on destroy and click on schedule destruction. So it will be destroyed and we cannot use this key anymore. And if we go back here and go inside our KMS one and click on download. On download, it will say Cloud KMS keys disabled, destroyed, or scheduled to destroyed. So if you have some data and even in Google Cloud storage also, we cannot decrypt that data or use that data anymore. If you by mistake delete that key which you are using here. So let's restore this key again and make it enable also. And now go back in cloud storage and click on our file and click on download. We can see now it is working fine. So we have to make sure that whatever you are doing here, and make sure you are not doing something which will make your whole data lost, or if you are want to delete the key, first disable it, see what is happening, what data is going and what data it is creating issues. If there is some issue, re-enable the key, try to decrypt that data which is creating the issue and re-encrypt the data with a new key. Before this, always before destroying your key, first disable and then monitor for some days. If everything is fine, then go to destroy state, still monitor for some days like 30 days, then finally it will be deleted your key. Any questions, you can just comment it out. I will try to answer.